Have you ever seen self-improvement videos of people's routines and you just think to yourself, why are they doing so many habits? Is it actually serving them? I used to do that. I used to have a really long morning routine, and it would be like 12 p.m. when I'm done with my actual routine. I literally went back to a YouTube video that I since made private because it's kind of cringy, and it used to have all these crazy routines. I wrote down here on my computer, I used to do gratitude journal in the morning, Wim Hof breathing, and then a cold shower. And then I did something called daily mental health checkup, which was like 20 minutes of journaling. How am I doing mentally, which is kind of cute. Did yoga, and then I worked out, and then I did sauna. And if that's not enough, just saying it to you, imagine just doing every single thing, and like how long it actually took me. And it did. Like, I do remember finishing around 12, and it was exhausting. And over time, I learned this is not the way. Now, that's one end of the extreme spectrum with routines. There's an other end called the anti-routine, right? Alex Hormozy made videos about this, and many other people, creators I see, saying and recommending you, first thing in the morning, wake up, go to work immediately, because everything else is a distraction from your work, meditation, all these things, just a distraction. You have to work. It's all that you have to do, which obviously this has some merit to it. Because it's this idea of, you have something to do and it's work. Only do work and then you'll be richer. But to that, I think the reason why we do a routine is to get the things that money can't buy. It's to get that peace of mind, the better mental health, the better physical health, the things that money and working all day will never buy. So I think here it's about striking a balance between the anti-routine and the routine I used to have, like a 3-hour morning routine, which is not essential and obviously a waste of time. So here's what I think the middle ground is. I think we all should have 1 to 3 maximum habits every morning that we do consistently. And it's habits that help these 2 avenues in 2 areas, better mental health and better physical health. Or both. If it can do habits that can do both, that's even better. So for me, every morning I walk, I get out in the sun, walk a little bit for 20 minutes, and then I do some meditation. These 2 are great for those 2 boxes that we need to check. Go outside, get some sun, better for the body, you get moving, start walking, also better for the mind. And same with meditation, that helps me get grounded, it helps me to focus during the day. I even used to do cold showers every morning, and it no longer serves me. It no longer serves me the way it used to, and I removed it. Because I want to find a balance. I don't want to be extreme and do as many habits as possible just to do it. I want to do habits with purpose. So let's talk about more reasons why your morning routine specifically is so important and vital. Health is really wealth. At the end of the day, when you're 80 years old, 70 years old, all you would wish for is to have better mobility, is to be able to play better with your grandchildren, is to be able to be healthier if you haven't done that. All the money in the world will not buy you better health. Let's not think about when you're 80. Today, your work will always suffer if you put your health as a second priority. Without your mental and physical health, your work will always suffer. I'm telling you. So by priming your body first thing in the morning and doing a routine, you're taking care of the inputs that produce your work. Because work is an output of 2 inputs, and that is your body and your mind. If your body is fucked, or if your mind is fucked, your work will always suffer. An example is having poor mental health. Obviously, we know this. If you have bad mental health, you're anxious all the time, you can't focus. Working 20 hours in a day will not fix that. You're not going to be as productive. Same with your body, right? If you eat unhealthy food, if you're not fit, you don't take care of yourself, you feel weak, you feel fragile, you don't have any muscle to your build, your work will suffer because you're not healthy. You're not a healthy human being. No amount of work on your business or grinding will help you to fix those problems. You have to sit down and make it a priority to fix your health. Start thinking of yourself as an athlete. An athlete which has a big game. What do? They warm up, right? They will never ever skip a warm up. This is a great analogy. An athlete will never skip a warm up. So why do you skip your warm up for the day, which is your routine? Right? Your morning routine is almost your warm-up for the big game, for the work that you have to do. So what do when you do a routine? You prime your body, you prime your mind and your body to be at its 100%, to perform the best that it could. And that's a big reason why it's so important. And as I said, less is more with these things. I don't tell you to do as many things as possible because at the end of the day, it is a cope, right? It is a cope that, first I need to do this, a million things. No, pick 1 to 3 things max. Things that you can be consistent with. It doesn't even have to be long. Like, it literally can be 5 minutes of meditating and 10 minutes of stretching. Is that a lot for you? It's probably not. It shouldn't be, right? You have a problem if it's 15 minutes in the morning is a lot. And the goal of a routine is to not be dependent on it. I never want you to get in the mindset that if you don't do a routine, if you miss your habits, then your day is fucked, your day is screwed, because it's not. And at the end of the day, you need to live with not being able to do those habits. But I'm telling you, it's an advantage when you do them. I want to give you another reason why routines are so important. We usually start the day in reaction mode. What does that mean? We start the day in a mode where we're not in control. We open our phones, we get notifications that we didn't ask for, this thing happening, that thing happening. Immediately your mind is flooded with things to do and you're ready in your fight or flight mode. You're getting out of bed, rushing to go to work, rushing to go to school. You don't even have time for yourself. And that's what I'm getting here. Point of a morning routine is to also prioritize you. Have time to put yourself first. What do you think that does to your subconscious mind when you prioritize yourself? Where you tell yourself, yeah, I need that time for myself. Because at the end of the day, you probably won't have another chance in the day to prioritize yourself, because then it's school time, then it's work time. You know what happens? It's the best time to be consistent with our goals and habits first thing in the morning. So it's really nice to have that time for yourself in the morning where everyone's asleep, where you can prioritize yourself. It's time that you might not get later in the day. And I also want to talk about the concept of small wins leading to big wins down the line. When you do your morning routine, we can call it the first small win of the day. Whether it's making your bed. Why do you think making your bed is so important? Getting that bed made is the first win of the day that kind of stacks up. And that small win helps you to accomplish the bigger things better down the day. If you can't do the small things right, then how do you expect yourself to do the bigger things? To start that business, to work on these passions and goals of yours. How do you expect to do that if you can't even make your bed? If you can't even meditate for 5 minutes every morning? So routines create something called the compound effect. It's this effect where over time, these small wins stack up. And over time, this 5 minutes, 10 minutes of meditation every day translates to being able to focus on your work for an hour and a half straight. It translates to making more money. Making your bed first thing in the morning down the line translates to better discipline. You're no longer fapping to porn every day. It's these small things that you don't think compound, but over time they do. And this is a big reason why a routine is so essential to have, and why I really don't agree with Alex Hormozi and all these people who tell you just work, everything else is a waste of time. Because no, you should focus on your mental and physical well-being, and then you can work. I'm not even asking for a lot. I'm really telling you, I think you should prioritize it, but don't do a million habits like I did. But also, I really don't think it's right to just ignore all these habits, to ignore the inner work, to ignore your body, and to not really prioritize yourself. Because I do think if you skip a routine, you don't take care of your body, of your mind, you are not really prioritizing yourself. Fuck the anti-routine. Start doing, 1 to 3 things every morning. It could be small. It could be like stretching and working out. It could be a little meditation. That's it. But really anything that you like, anything with purpose. Don't just do a routine to do it. Do it because you actually see it helping. Like me, I stopped doing the cold showers because it no longer serves me. So I don't just want to waste time. I'm not saying cold showers are bullshit, but for me, it's not as effective as it used to be. So I decided to remove it. Things like that, right? Don't just do things because someone online told you to. Because you saw some video about the perfect routine, or even Alex Hormozi, you saw him say, don't do a routine. I want you to think more critically, right? Where is the middle ground? There is a middle ground here, and I think that is what we should stick to. If you haven't checked my community, I have a community of other young men leveling up on this journey. It's a small, tight-knit group. Join it if you want. Otherwise, brother, it was nice to talk to you today. I'll see you next time. Peace.